here for football.
I could not be more excited to welcome this guest right now. Joining us is a second-year running back who's got the perfect combination, honesty, of speed and power. He's part of a Bills offense dropping a casual 32 points per game and shutting out teams, and they do not look like they are slowing down anytime soon. Please, guys, put your hands together for Bills running back Zack Moss.
What's up, Zach? What's up, Zach? What's up, Zach?
What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? Appreciate you guys having me on.
We are so excited to talk to you. You have been on fire lately. You guys fell at home, of course, to the Steelers, blah, blah, blah. You weren't even out there. That was week 1. Since then, dominating everyone in every way. You guys have allowed just 21 points in the 3 wins since that opener. What has been the biggest reason that your team, and you specifically, have been so locked in week 2 and on?
I think, from losing that first game, we've just been having our head down and just working, not worried about what people were saying and all that type of stuff. Just, focus on us and how we can get better week in and week out. And I think over these last 3 games, we've been able to do that. We've been able to do some good things on offense, defense, and special teams. So, we definitely want to keep it rolling. But right now, we're doing a good job of just playing good team ball.
Zach, I'm so happy to have you on the show, brother. Like, it's awesome to have you. Big fan of yours. Love the way that you run the football, how you get behind your pads, all of those things. Got great feet as a back, so I had to tell you that. And you got a great podcast, too. Had to tell you that.
Appreciate
it. To get into it a little bit, you dealt with a little adversity back in week 2 when you played after the funeral of your aunt the day before. After an early fumble, you scored 2 touchdowns on your way to a 35-0 win over Miami. Talk to us about overcoming that adversity and how it helped you throughout the early parts of this season.
Yeah, that was tough. That was something I knew I was going to have to kind of go through. And you kind of always talk to yourself and kind of figure out how you are going to, trying to get through it. But you don't really know until you're in that moment. So, yeah, having to go to my aunt's funeral on Saturday and then play in my hometown on Sunday with, family and friends watching and all that type of stuff. It was a bit rough to go out there and, kind of perform first and then have a fumble early in the game. So it was all crazy. But I was able to bounce back by just staying the course, and my teammates and my coaches, just giving me words of encouragement and just keeping me locked in. So that was big.
Yeah, man, it was huge. Again, we always say you can't help what happens to you, but you have the control over how you respond to it, man. Great job by you, and great job by the coaches by continuing to give you the football. Now, you guys are currently ranked 5th in the National Football League at rushing, but we don't hear a lot of buzz about the rushing attack out there in Buffalo. We always hear about Josh Allen, right, and throwing the football all over the place. You feel like you guys are a little underrated?
I think we're right where we need to be at. Right now we're in a good spot, especially, versus last year where we're at and what we're doing right now. So, in our room, we ain't worried about being, talked about on every show, every channel and things like that. We just want to go out there and help our team win. So if we are talked about, we're not talked about, we're going to have the same mentality week in, week out.
Let me poke the bear a little bit here.
I'll answer it. They underrated.
They underrated.
Yeah. Go on, Peter. I'll say it.
Let me poke the bear here a little bit. We do a lot of Bills talk on this show. We love everything about the Buffalo fan base and what you guys have done the last few years. But you guys played the Chiefs twice last year. One time there, one time in Arrowhead. You lost both times. This is the game. Week 5, rematch of the AFC Championship game, going back into their building. Their defense looks very susceptible. How are you guys feeling as we look at this monster AFC Championship game rematch, knowing there are a lot of people who are like, I'm not buying the Bills until they get by the Chiefs?
We're looking at ourselves, man, and that's the biggest thing I think you can do as a team. In the last couple of weeks, ever since losing our first game, we've looked at ourselves and how we can get better. So the Chiefs are another team that we have to play, and obviously we've had history with this team. So, of course, a lot of people like to put more to it than, kind of what we're looking at it as. So we just looking at ourselves and how we can be the best versions of ourselves going out there against them. And, that will take care of itself pretty much.
Yeah, especially the way their defense is playing, Zach. I think you're going to run right through them. They're soft right now. They're getting teams run up yards on them. You lower that shoulder and do your thing. You are going to have a big day. And speaking of lowering the shoulder, you got a little bit of beast mode in your run style, which we love, and it works out perfectly because you also have a podcast called The Moss Mode Show. And, of course, you got the QB1 to come on. Josh Allen is recently one of the guests. And here's what he had to say, you and he, on The Moss Mode Show. Check out the QB1.
Yeah, we spent a few months, it wasn't a long time, a few months doing gymnastics, and right after that is when, we found like flag football and, tackle football shortly thereafter. So that's when gymnastics stopped. It was, I didn't know what it was, but again, it's just one of those things.
I would say you too damn big to be doing gymnastics. You couldn't have got too much older and did that one.
It's so funny, and it looks great. I don't know if Josh Allen is the right size for the pommel horse, but I do know that last week, Zach, he did something you might be able to relate to. He had this highlight where he's running down the sideline, and the guy tackles him, and he pulls him down by the back of his head from behind. I don't know if the gymnastics thing plays here, but as a guy who trucks dudes yourself, Zach, what did you make of this play from your gymnast?
It was a wild play. I mean, for one, it was a quarterback sneak, and he ended up rattling off like 15 yards. Not many quarterbacks are going to do that, for one. And then the way he finished the play I don't even know what to say about that. I think he just was trying to, help his own fall in a way. So he helped bring that dude with him so that way he wouldn't fall on him. But that was funny for sure.
It certainly was. I know your presence in Buffalo goes beyond what you've been doing, absolutely crushing it on the football field. Talk to me about your involvement in that community and how others can participate. I understand you're helping raise funds for a life center not far from Buffalo, something that you didn't have growing up.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of work. Me and my team, I'm blessed to be able to be in the position that I'm in and kind of just do things and help people that kind of don't have that platform and that voice for themselves and things like that. So having a marketing team that's kind of based here in Buffalo, being local, they know a lot of things around the community, and we've been doing a lot of stuff. One of our biggest things is doing Life Center for the city of Lackawanna, where, they can come in there, they can have shelter, food, doctors on standby and everything like that in that community, because they don't really have a lot of that stuff very near to them at all. And me being from inner city in Miami and things like that, I kind of understand growing up with those type of hardships and how hard it can be on, parents, single parents, and kids by themselves and stuff like that.
And it takes donations to get that going. You can follow you on social media. I'm looking at, it's not even, it's a campus. It's a whole thing in Lackawanna, New York, close to Buffalo, clearly near and dear to your heart. And you've done a lot for them over the years in raising money and with T-shirts and auctions and all that stuff. So we appreciate that and want to see you continue to do well on and off the field. And please come stop by again. And please crush it for my fantasy team, because you're very much on it.
Yeah, I'm also starting my own clothing brand, and I'm sending you guys all some Zemo apparel very, very soon. So be on the look for that. Be on the lookout for that.
Zemo.
Zemo.
Hell yeah.
Like a
okay,
Zemo.
well, that's not your nickname, Zemo. We'll talk to you soon. Good luck this week. Tough matchup. And we'll see you down the stretch here. More to come on Good Morning Football. Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce joining us. We've got Seattle, up against L.A. And that game is kicking off hours from now on NFL Network. How about Joe Burrow? How about these Bengals? We're up in the air on them. How about
Do we trust them? Do we trust them?
Trust scales up next right here on GMFB.
Enjoy the ride, my dude.